Well, the Pullman car would be a nice car to do. It just takes time to do all this stuff. And the stuff's so darn heavy. Railroad said if it breaks, just make it heavier next time. Entering the yard, track is clear. Five cars this time. Five. 4 cars this time. 4. This Seaboard locomotive doesn't work, but it was made by Alco. They made steam engines, but they couldn't transfer over to diesels too well because they were buying their parts from General Electric. General Electric just raised the price, so they put them out of business. 3 cars to stop. 3. This one here, we need to. It's a good car, and it doesn't have any seats or anything in it. We need to get that ready for Christmas time. This is a bunk car where members come and stay overnight. Instead of getting a hotel room, they can stay right in there. They get their rooms, bathrooms, washers, dryers, kitchen. 3 cars. 3 again. This was a lumber mill where they cut the wood from here, and it's 58,000 acres that they traveled all the way around. They took it by rail to Tampa and shipped it out all over the world. That was in the late 20s and early 30s. Depression kind of put a stop to it. One car. One. They had a generator over there, made electricity with the wood. They boil water, make electricity. All they had was lights. They didn't have television or anything like that.
That looks so scary. Yeah. Definitely does. It looks scary, like it's haunted, right? It might be. Maybe.
Good stop, I'll stop. I'll call you back in 5 minutes. So they cut the wood, shipped it out all over the place. There's 250 people that lived in this little community. They had a church, and they had a country store. The old Tennessee Ernie Ford song says, "I almost sold the country store, company store," is because they paid them in Babbitts. No Walmarts, no shopping around. You paid whatever they wanted to charge you. And that's what they did. And when things got done, they switched away and off they'd go. They'd try a new one. This green caboose over here, its last home was in Canada, but it's made in the USA, made by General Motors. And this particular design was 1939. They made them all the way up to 1950, mostly for passenger and freight. The design we have now for the other type is with the where you can walk along the sides there, like this Pennsylvania train. That was done afterwards. Clear visibility, easy to get to the engines. These things had to be turned around. But that pretty much put the steam engine out of business. It was 12% efficient versus 7% efficient on the steam engine. And it took half the people. So after World War II, with everybody coming back and this country making 95% of the products to the world, because the world was pretty much destroyed on stuff, they still had mass layoffs because the railroads had so much, it was such a big industry, and they lost half their people. All the pipe fitters and boiler makers, all that stuff they didn't need anymore. They started laying them off. And and they started buying the diesels. And then they were trying to compete against the Railroad Act of Eisenhower, making the roads, paying with federal funding, making airports with federal funding, and the railroads, they wouldn't give them any help. The railroads almost went out of business. They finally said, we can't run the passenger service anymore. You guys won't give us any breaks. So Amtrak took it over, and it's run by the government. They lose money every year. They do a good job running trains, kind of like the post office, but they lose money too. So that's what Amtrak does. And they got nice equipment. They do a good job with it.
Mommy's going back up to the air conditioner.
The station over here is a replica of the Parrish station. There was a lot of them built like that in Florida. None of them exist anymore because they're made out of wood. They set them on cinder blocks. They didn't cut grass back then. Got a lightning strike or grass fire and gone. We got this on cement, and the way it's supposed to be built, we do cut the grass and everything. So it's got sprinkler systems, of course. All the modern stuff that you need to have. But Santa Claus comes down at Christmas time, and it's going to be a nice little museum. South, Alec will call the count. It's over to you, Alec. This stuff here is 60 years old, 70 years old. First year. For a lot of years. I think they modified it, but they kept the same block. And the cylinders you can take out separately, so you can change one out without taking everything apart. One of the members owns it. He does a lot of volunteer work here, but he also works on that car. He's got bedrooms in there. It's going to be a nice car.
Wow,
He's been working on it for 20 years.
let me pick up some.
You can have that couple whenever.
You want to see
If it
Tona?
meets their specification, yeah.
Where'd you get that accent?
Yeah, you can get online, look it up, and you can direct where I'm out to. So you gotta
Look at this top.
Oh, sorry. No, they should all these cars be added.
Hopefully.
I'm getting my gray one for my birthday.
Yeah, but they will.
Oh,
Yeah.
that.
Let's just take it.
I'll get that train for my
We
birthday.
got to take out a service because it needs some repairs to it. Another one. We do the best we
But you
can.
guys are all volunteers?
Yeah.
Some of our trains are some of
And no government money or funding or anything like that.
we have a lot of money.
I tell you, if we were near Norfolk and Southern,
Community fundraisers or like,
we're so busy doing what we're doing, and Parrish really hasn't. I know. You know what we really need is we need purpose, business purpose. Not so much a train. We got enough people to know about trains. We need a person to run a business. The local steam locomotive new in 1941 cost $200,000. They have to rebuild it every 15 years from the federal government, and it was $650,000 done by volunteers. See, I don't know how this stuff's going to keep going, especially steam engines. The insurance company says, wait. So anybody in railroad, like if Union Pacific says, well, I got this car, we want to give it to you. We got to put it on a truck. Somebody will step up to the plate to do it. So. But they're going to get that down in Virginia. Now, they've got their steam locomotive back online. And they've got some old passenger cars. And the 6-wheel trucks they don't make anymore. They haven't made them